Let things be exactly as they are. You can't change me, and you can't change God. Let things be exactly as they are, and you and me will live in peace. Well, I don't know what anything is for unless I listen to that still small voice telling me this simple truth, that everything is for my good. So let things be exactly as they are. You can't change me, and you can't change God. Let things be exactly as they are, and you and me will live in peace. I'm not this body that you see, although I love my body and I think it's really wonderful. I am as God created me, and we are all one family, and it's possible to live in peace. So let things be exactly as they are. You can't change me, and you can't change God. Let things be exactly as they are, and you and me will live in peace. Kumbaya. Goodness. Well, oh, goodness gracious. What a delight it always is to come here, be with my family. Gosh, it's been so many years that we've known each other. And if this is the first time we're getting to know each other, hi, we're family. Oh, goodness, so many things. That was one of Glenn's favorite songs of mine, and I felt it really appropriate for what I wanted to share with you today. This talk I entitled Welcome and Surrender because it really is my current spiritual practice. And as I move along, I like to share with you things that resonate and work for me. And, there's so many paths to take that, pick what works for you. But this, I felt, for me was really incredibly powerful. And, seeing what's going on in the world and what's happening in our own lives, there's always, you never know. I don't know what anything is for, right? You don't know what's coming. So where do we anchor? Where do we find an anchor? Of course, the first thing I say is God, but what is God? God is not out there somewhere. God is here. We are God, as we know, divinely expressed through this beautiful learning device, So, as I was moving along in my journey, and after Glenn passed, and I moved to Vermont in a 1960s trailer. I don't know if I've told you about my mobile home, but it's an antique, as they say. So I arrived with no water, no electricity, no internet. So I'd have to drive down to Brattleboro, it's 30 miles away, to access my email and all of that kind of stuff. And, and then I joined a gym, and so I could take a shower at the gym, but I thought, what came to mind was, what a privilege, what a amazing place to be in. It gave me so much gratitude for simple things that I took for granted my entire life. Electricity, water, hot water. And even when I got my water, there was no hot water. So I lived for a long time without hot water. But it was so powerful. And of course I was just coming on, just really in the throes of grieving and everything. So I was like, wow, God, wow. And I couldn't say thank you, I was just stunned, So luckily I do a morning meditation online with a group of friends of mine from another church. And usually what we do, which is kind of what I'm going to do with you today, is we take a time of silence, and then the person leading the meditation / contemplation will share, a poem or a reading, and she shares it, then we contemplate it, then she'll share it again, and then we do some more deep contemplation. And one day, she read this prayer by Father Thomas Keating. I don't know if any of you have heard of him. A wonderful Christian mystic, so his work is quite amazing. And it goes like this. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome everything that comes to me today, because I know it's for my healing. Here's where the metal meets the road, or whatever, the pedal meets the road. I welcome all thoughts, all feelings, all emotions, all persons, all situations, and conditions. I let go of my desire for power and control. I let go of my desire for affection, esteem, approval, and pleasure. I let go of my desire for survival and security. I let go of my desire to change any situation, condition, person, or myself. I open to the love and presence of God in God's action within. Wow. Okay. At first reading, this may seem to contradict some of the things that we talk about here in unity. However, there's a greater meaning, and that is one of non-attachment. We can't control anything. As if you were here last time I was here, I sang the song "Control Queen," which is one of my songs that I didn't know I was so attached to it, to the way of my poor husband. I used to don't do that, do this, do that, and you just sit there, you can't change me, you can't change God, And I want to dig into some of these lines here because I think they're really freeing. He says, I welcome all thoughts. Now let's just contemplate that for a second, because I know we're taught, or I was taught, to replace negative thoughts with positive thoughts and the use of affirmations, which I still do, which I do. However, there's a deeper meaning here. I welcome all thoughts, even if they're dark, even if they're sad, even if they cause me some kind of pain. Yes, and in that letting go and welcoming, I identify that it's a thought, that it's not me. And in that moment of realization, I realized that I could release the use of the word my before I say thoughts. Are they my thoughts? What are these thoughts? Just a questioning, just an inquiry, right? But who am I? I am as God created me. That is what I am, living through this learning device. However, as we're raised and enculturated and socialized and whatever, we develop a personality, an ego. Well, that's fine. We need that to work in the world. However, it is so liberating to really pinpoint that I am not that personality. What I am, in truth, is eternal. And so why? So why, God? Why did you give me this personality, Well, because it's fun. Because from where I come from with what, God is, which I say is, how I say it is life force energy that gives life to all beings, not just human beings, but plant beings, insect beings, Earth itself, Mother Earth. So we're here for this ride. And it can be a roller coaster. How many have had a roller coaster ride? Oh no. But when I try to control that by negating my thought, I used to do this. Cancel. Abraham would say, you would slurp it back. You don't have to say cancel. It just made me laugh because, there's this sense that there are good thoughts and bad thoughts. What if they're just thoughts? And they're not mine. They're just thoughts that come in because of my personality, because of the enculturation, because of the way I was raised, because of the wonderful things, Anyway, so that was really incredibly liberating to me. It was incredibly liberating to me. Okay, feelings. I welcome all feelings. I didn't used to do that. Again, like thoughts. Some feelings are good, and I like them. Some feelings are bad, and I really have no time for them. However, there may be something in those bad feelings that God is trying to communicate with me through. It's like if we can't look at what is dark in us, we won't have access to the wholeness of who we truly are. So, with a lot of feelings, I decided to say welcome. That was hard. That was hard. Of course, I welcome, joyful feelings. Thank you very much. But the other one's a little tougher. But in that welcoming, as the feelings passed through me, and I realized I'm not my feelings. I have feelings. Feelings come and play with me, but that's not who I truly am. And I keep going back to this because there's where I can anchor. That's the place where I can anchor. What am I truly? I am eternal. What is Glenn truly? He is eternal. He's here with us right now. He always is. Who are our loved ones that have passed? They are eternal. They are eternal spirit. They are safe. We are safe. It's all a roller coaster ride here on this planet. And I have feelings about that. And that's okay. They're not who I am. They're just visiting and playing for a while. And tears are okay. Oh, I've spent a lot of my life making sure I have a smile on my face. And I like to have a smile on my face. But sometimes it's just not there, is it? Sometimes you just have to hey. And that's when the anchor comes in. That's when, if we allow ourselves, we know who we truly are. I see that so reflected in the way Kenneth just talks and speaks to us. He embraces all of who he is. It's such an example and such a really lovely thing. And it's so much fun. If you were here last night, you'd hear him teasing and laughing and joking and stuff like that. And that's wonderful. How wonderful is that? And then he can get up here and lead us in beautiful meditative music that takes us directly to who we are. Isn't it amazing to be such a multi-dimensional being? That's who we all are. And as we allow ourselves to welcome everything, we experience the multi-dimensionality. Okay, I welcome all emotions, which is, feelings. We're just giving it a different tone, but sometimes the word emotions, sinks in really deep. Like feelings, I can sort of be like, okay, and then they go. But emotions, for me, that word just is something that's really so deep. Can I welcome that? Gosh. Yeah. How about if I'm willing? How about if I'm willing to be willing to welcome it? All it takes is just a little bit of willingness. I welcome all persons. Oops. Okay. Okay then, not just our friends, all persons. Doesn't mean you have to, be best friends with everybody and go to lunch, and like, it doesn't mean you can't have your boundaries and whatever. It's just that the pushback, hurts me more than it does them. I have a neighbor that I don't like. And I live in Vermont, there's plenty of space between us, so, however, this person, I'm speaking from the ego, I'm speaking from my, is a know-it-all, right? So they come over and tell me, how to do everything on my property and this, that, and the other, and all that stuff. And I don't like it. So when this came across my path, I was like, oh. And now, actually, when I drive past his house, I say blessings and love to you, and I mean it, even though my feelings may still be a little, but it's so interesting because during, when I first heard this prayer, I thought of him directly, and it was in the summertime, and we were digging my septic system, and he comes over without coming to me first, and the guys are working and everything. He comes over and starts directing the guys on, and I'm like, what are you doing? And then, he came back by and he said, do you want me to do X, Y, and Z for you? And I said, no, I don't. Bless you, your good lies elsewhere. Didn't Reverend Sean used to say that? I did. But there was nothing in my heart that was antagonistic, I had just felt like, okay, I welcome you into my life, but I don't have to be your best friend, and I don't have to do what you want me to do. And that may sound a little resistant. However, there's this thing that I've learned, which is I can love people and have boundaries. And then after that encounter, I saw him at the drugstore. I'm talking about him a lot because he's been very significant in my life. I was at the drugstore, and I've never seen him at my drugstore. And he goes, "Hi, Yolanda," really loud. And I was like, "Oh, hi. And I was working on something, and he used the pronouns I prefer. He spoke them out loud to the pharmacist and said, "Can you please help her with this?" And I was like, what just happened? He had always called me and Glenn the boys from Brooklyn, even though, And in that moment, after my welcoming him in, and then letting my feelings go about him, but setting my boundaries, all of those things, trying to, doing my best to be healthy, he appears again in my life, calling me she. And I was like, wow. That's interesting. That's so interesting. So, God bless him. I love this man. I really do. I drive by. Blessings and love. I welcome all situations. Makes me shake. And conditions. And this is not a path of inactivity like I've just described with my neighbor, but it is a path, I think, where, welcome and surrender says it. But also, this song I want to sing for you, based on the Course in Miracles lesson, step back and let God lead the way, is really the message here. So, Kenneth, my friend. The road lies before me. The path leads to home. On this road I travel, never more to roam. And God walks with me. God walks with me. Her hand in mine. And though I may falter, I won't be left behind. I surely will falter, but I won't be left behind. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. My brothers walk with me, and my sisters too. All of us seeking to live in the truth. Sometimes we are troubled. We are troubled. We forget who we are. But we're brighter than glory, and heaven is ours. We shine bright as glory, and heaven is ours. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. Sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah, sing hallelujah. You know, Marianne Williamson says our greatest fear is not that we are inadequate. No. Our greatest greatest fears, that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that we are most frightened of. We were born to make manifest the glory of God within us. Not just in some of us, but in each and every one of us, including my neighbor. And as we liberate ourselves from our fears, our very presence will automatically liberate others. Our very presence will liberate others. So here we go, folks. Sing hallelujah with me, will you? Here we go. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. Sing hallelujah. And so I will step back, step back, step back, and let God lead the way. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Blessings. Woo-hoo. Blessings.